An 80-year-old passenger grabs the yoke as her pilot dies mid-flight. Fuel nearly gone, one engine sputtering, zero recent training. How do you land a turbo twin now? Watch the impossible. April 2nd, 2012, late afternoon over Door County, Wisconsin. A Cessna 414A Chancellor is inbound to Sturgeon Bay's Cherryland Airport when the pilot, 81-year-old John Collins, suddenly slumps over. His wife, Helen, 80, reaches for the controls.
I'm running out of gas. My right engine is out. Somebody better get here in a hurry.
You're not going to make it. No, don't dive for the runway. Bring the power back.
She hasn't flown in years, and never in this complex, pressurized twin. She keys the mic. An elderly passenger, low on fuel, needs help. Controllers loop in the local airport director, while a nearby pilot launches to fly beside her and talk her down. The plan is simple. Keep her close, build confidence with orbits and practice approaches, and land before fuel becomes the next emergency. Reports describe one engine sputtering as attempts stack up. On the ground, fire and medical crews stage.
Helen, are you going to Green Bay or are you going to Sturgeon Bay? Over.
I'm not sure. I'm over the Sturgeon Bay Airport.
Okay, very good. Are you talking to Green Bay at all, or are you only talking to me here at Sturgeon Bay Airport?
In the right seat, Helen breathes, listens, and tries again. Helen Collins is not a student pilot and a trainer. She's an 80-year-old spouse in a fast, retractable twin with pressurization, turbochargers, and a don't-mess-up landing speed. Some reports say she once flew years ago. None show recent time in a 414A. The human stakes are brutal. Her husband is unresponsive. Every minute raises the odds fuel becomes the next failure. Community stakes build too. Runway vehicles, medical staff, and firefighters wait, hoping to greet a survivor rather than a wreck. On frequency, voices stay measured. The airport director coordinates. A local pilot in a Bonanza lines up a beam to coach spacing, speed, and confidence.
It seems like I have two different voices. Somebody said they'd have a pilot there shortly to talk me down.
The controller's job is to simplify. Headings, not jargon. Attitude, not acronyms. In the right seat, hands shake. But Helen keeps flying the picture in front of her, and the clock keeps ticking loud. The first call is simple and chilling. The pilot is down. Controllers at Green Bay and local staff at Cherryland agree on one priority. Keep Helen over the airport, where help and pavement exist. She flies wide, high patterns, while a Bonanza pilot slides into formation to be her eyes and wingman. They try a practice approach, power back, hold the centerline picture, look long down the runway. She's fast and floats. Go around. Gas is becoming the next problem.
Okay, very good. I'm the pilot at Sturgeon Bay Airport, and I heard the aircraft just fly over. Helen, if you could continue to circle right around the airport as you see it, we'll coordinate what we're going to, the approach we're going to make here, okay?
Okay, will do.
Reports later say the right engine begins to sputter on the final attempts. That's not just a distraction. A twin with asymmetric thrust is harder to manage, and the 414A is no slow coach. The coaching simplifies. Wings level. Keep the nose from dropping. Gentle power. She lines up again. On the last circuit, the runway finally fills the windshield the way it should. She's still a little hot, but committed. The airplane kisses, then pounds the pavement. The nose gear folds. The Chancellor skids and grinds to a stop in a shower of sparks. Silence. Then voices. Emergency crews are there immediately. The cabin is intact. Helen is alive with minor injuries. Her husband John does not survive. In the tower and radar room, the cadence never spikes. Short phrases, long pauses, room for her to breathe. The escort calls spacing and glide picture. They brief the possibility of a flat, gear-up stop and how that is survivable compared to losing control.
I'm not sure. We just came from Rome, Georgia, so they're not real full. They're down the left tank is a little over the 1 mark.
That framing lowers her workload and keeps the priority. Straight, level, center line, front and center, all the way to the runway. On a twin, engine out doesn't mean instant doom. It means asymmetric thrust. The working engine pushes on one side, yawing the airplane. Pilots counter with rudder and trim, then feather the dead prop so it stops windmilling and drag drops. You also guard a speed called VMC. Below it, rudder authority may be insufficient to keep control. Procedures teach: identify the failed side, verify by retarding the suspected throttle, feather and secure, then fly attitude, airspeed, and checklists. For a novice, simplification matters. Wings level, don't chase the needles, and keep the airspeed alive. Visual, 1 prop feathered diagram. SOP when a pilot is incapacitated. Aviate, navigate, communicate. Stabilize flight, use the autopilot if available, declare an emergency, and head for the nearest suitable runway. SOP for a piston twin engine failure. Mixtures, props, throttles. Identify, verify, feather. Secure the engine. Climb at blue line single engine speed. Run the checklist.
Okay, Helen, we're going to launch another aircraft. It'll come up and it'll fly right next to you and give you instructions, and we'll fly right with you all the way down to the airport. There'll also be somebody on the ground watching you.
What actually happened here reflects reality under stress. A non-current, elderly passenger took control. Controllers and a chase pilot stripped away jargon and checklists, turning everything into bite-sized actions. Wings level, small power changes, pattern spacing, flare cues. Because fuel was low, they kept her in the local pattern rather than risk a diversion to a longer runway. The result wasn't pretty. Nose gear collapse and a skid, but the survivability box stayed checked. Controlled energy, runway environment, emergency crews standing by, waiting. 2 details vary across reports. First, Helen's experience. Some stories call her a complete novice. Others note she'd flown decades earlier. Either way, nothing suggests recent time in a Cessna 414A. Second, the engine. Headlines say engine out, while local accounts describe the right engine sputtering, especially on the last approach, likely starved by low fuel. Functionally, she faced an engine-out landing profile, higher workload, asymmetric control, and less margin. What's not disputed, she got the airplane onto a runway intact enough to walk away. And that's the headline that matters. A talk-down is controlled coaching over the radio to land an airplane when the pilot cannot. Success depends on 3 things: simple language, stable flight, and time to practice. Controllers avoid jargon, giving one action at a time. Wings level. Reduce power a little. Aim for the numbers. A chase airplane can help with spacing and sight. Picture, famous precedents exist. The 2013 Humberside landing in the UK, for example, but they're rare. The common thread is calm cadence and short checklists that prioritize airspeed, attitude, and runway alignment over everything else. Visual, controller coach pilot-passenger flowchart with arrows and calm voiceovers only. Officials later confirmed the pilot, John Collins, died of a medical emergency. Helen was treated for minor injuries and released. There wasn't a lengthy federal probe into mechanical causes. The heart of this story was human and procedural, not a mystery of parts. Here's the one moment that sticks. On frequency, there's a breath you can almost hear between transmissions. She says, "I think I can do this." Then a beat of doubt. Then she turns final anyway. That decision, to keep flying the airplane you actually have, made everything else possible. So, did an 80-year-old passenger land a complex twin with a failing engine after the pilot died? Yes. It wasn't textbook, but it was controlled, survivable, and brave. One question lingers. Should frequent right seat passengers get a 5-minute emergency brief? Push to talk, gear, trim, airspeed. If you fly or ride, tell me what you'd include, and share this with your flying buddy today.